When people think of classic music legends, two names always rise to the top: Frank Sinatra and Paul Anka. Sinatra was the voice of the 20th century, smooth, powerful, and timeless, while Anka became one of the greatest songwriters and performers of his generation. But for decades, whispers and rumors followed Sinatra's career, from his fiery temper to his secretive personal life. And now, at 84, Paul Anka has finally spoken out, confirming some of those long-talked-about stories. What did he reveal about OL Blue Eyes? Let's dive into the truth. The young prodigy meets the legend. Paul Anka's career took off in the late 1950s with hits like Diana and Put Your Head on My Shoulder. By the time he was a teenager, he was already touring the world, rubbing shoulders with some of the biggest stars of the era. It wasn't long before he crossed paths with Frank Sinatra. For a young artist, meeting Sinatra wasn't just exciting, it was life-changing. Sinatra was already a global icon, leading the famous Rat Pack alongside Dean Martin and Sammy Davis. Junior Anka admired him not only as a performer but also as a man who commanded every room he entered, writing Sinatra's signature song. One of the biggest rumors surrounding their relationship was about Sinatra's most famous song, My Way. And yes, Paul Anka has confirmed it. In the late 1960s, Anka wrote the English lyrics to a French melody, tailoring the words specifically for Sinatra. The result? My Way became Sinatra's anthem, a bold, defiant song that summed up his entire life and career. Anka has often said that he never wrote it for himself. He knew instantly it belonged to Frank. The song went on to define Sinatra's legacy and remains one of the most powerful recordings in music history. The real Sinatra, brilliant but complicated. Over the years, rumors swirled about Sinatra's volatile personality. Stories about his explosive temper, late-night partying, and alleged mob ties made headlines again and again. Paul Anka, who spent years by Sinatra's side, has admitted much of it was true, at least in part. Sinatra could be charming, generous, and hilarious one moment, and fiery and unpredictable the next. According to Anka, that's what made him so magnetic. People were drawn to Sinatra not just for his voice, but for his larger-than-life presence. A friendship built on respect. Despite the drama, Anka and Sinatra shared a deep bond built on respect and loyalty. Anka recalls how Sinatra always demanded perfection, not just from others, but from himself. That drive pushed everyone around him to give their best. While some feared Sinatra's temper, Anka says he also saw the softer side of the man, a caring father, a loyal friend, and someone who looked after those in his circle. Their friendship lasted decades, and even after Sinatra's passing in 1998, Anka has never stopped honoring his memory. Paul Anka at 84, looking back without regret. Now at 84, Paul Anka reflects on his career and his years with Sinatra with gratitude. He acknowledges the rumors, Sinatra's toughness, his rumored connections, his fiery attitude, but also insists that behind the headlines was a man who loved deeply and lived passionately. Anka himself continues to perform and share his stories, keeping Sinatra's legacy alive for a new generation. He often reminds fans that while Sinatra was complicated, he was also one of the greatest artists to ever live, and someone who truly did things his way. Final thoughts. So, what did Paul Anka confirm about Frank Sinatra? That the rumors weren't just stories. Sinatra really was larger than life, brilliant, fiery, complicated, and unforgettable. He wasn't perfect, but he didn't try to be. And thanks to Paul Anka, we know the truth. Behind every rumor was a man who lived boldly, loved music, and left behind a legacy that will never fade. At 84, Paul Anka still speaks of Sinatra with admiration, confirming that the world may never see another star quite like him. And with My Way echoing through time, Frank Sinatra remains immortal, not just because of his voice, but because of the people like Paul Anka who helped shape his story.